Sunday shop do 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 do. Sunday shop do 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 do. Sunday shop do 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 do. Sunday shop. Hello, hello, hello. How the devil are we? The one and only person here. Could be quite a short one. I'm sure some people will show up in a bit. Welcome, 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 whoever you are lurking in the chat. It's Kay. Yay. Hello, Kay. How are you? Yeah, new live chapter on the way. Hold on, finished with. I've been all professional and polite and nice and done the right thing. And whoever had me in the book for leaving and not doing my last shift. Here, warning, blah, 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 cancel. Yeah, we don't want that update. Why does it always come up and tell you there's an update and that installing it will restart the computer when you just started a live stream? Why can't it do it while it's just sort of turned off? Anyway, yes, so yeah, work done, finished. Oh, bloody thing, go away. I don't want to know all these notifications. You don't need to tell me. Yes, I know, silly machine. We're going to be sat here for quite a while getting rid of all these notifications now, I think. Yeah. Anyway, so yes, Aquashella this weekend, so I'm assuming it's probably going to be fairly quiet here. There will probably be the random live streams turning up from people at Aquashella. Yeah, it's around about lunchtime, so I think so. They'll be going, yay, and having their kind of party. Not my kind of Atmos, though, from what I've seen of Aquashella over the last couple of years. Not my kind of place. Pardon me. Too loud, too bright, too many people. Yeah, exactly. No distancing, no masks. So yeah, I mean, it's pretty much a guarantee. Anytime you go to a convention of any kind, you'll come back with a con crud of some description. Usually just a snotty nose or a bit of a cold. Yeah, and the Euro footy. Yeah. Hey. Considering I'm a football fan, I've got very little interest in it this time. I might end up watching a couple of matches if they're online, because I don't have a TV license anymore. Hello, Jess. How are you? At least one of my friends from across the pond is not at Aquashella then. It's definitely looking like COVID central there at the moment. It's one thing I'm definitely not going to miss from not having to work in this weather is wearing a mask. Needing a nap. Naps are always good. You can have one for me. Yeah, on the up and up. Now I've finished work. Only time I have to go back in that shop now is as a customer. I had to collect my last pay slip. I'm going to Dallas. Hopefully by then, COVID will have gone bye-bye more. Yeah, it's one of those things. I mean, I probably still wouldn't have gone anyway this year, a bit too soon. If I could even go, because we don't have anything like that in the UK, really. But I don't see how people make it a multi-day event, because you say hello to the people you want to say hello to, you walk around, you look at everything, and then you walk out, and it's done. Or is that just me in conventions? Most of them take maybe 2 hours to go around at most. And half the stuff you look at is like, yeah, I'm not going to buy that because I can get that cheaper elsewhere. Hello, lovely Marrett. How are you? So, yeah, big hugs needed. Sorry about the fartler willers. Naughty live food. Evening, Lisa. Yes, I've finished work now, and yes, it is fridging hot, and the hay fever is ludicrous. I actually looked out the back door at 5 to 10 minutes before the stream started. I actually saw a cloud of pollen blowing past. Oh, that's why I can't breathe and see today. But yeah, it's been ludicrously hot, ludicrously high pollen counts. Think it's supposed to be Wednesday or Thursday we start getting thunderstorms and rain again. So yay, return to good weather. Now I say it's what. Hang on, let me have a look at the thermometer and I'll be able to. Yeah, dandelion seeds. Yeah, everything. Grass, that's the worst. AKA hay fever. Let me have a look at the temperature thingamajiggy. Yeah, it's not far short of 90 degrees over here at the moment. Very little wind. It's just really not good. Heck, even got flying bugs coming in the house to cool down. 26, 27, yeah, just too hot. 16 is about right. Any more than 20 is just go away heat. No, especially when you're fat and furry like me and unfit. And I've got blood the consistency of treacle. And that shopper's like a bloody oven all week. So I'm glad to be out of there and not having to wear them. Oh, yes. Similar temper. Yeah, we haven't got the humidity too bad at the moment because it hasn't rained for about 3 weeks. So there will be next week, hopefully. Oh, Spaz is making an early show of himself. Hello, Cheryl. Is it just me or is it all ladies in here? I'm not complaining. And as you may notice, I had a bit of a trim of the monster crypt that was growing up the back, as you know, it was getting a bit ludicrously large. So I'll chop that out, turn the light down a bit. So hopefully we shouldn't get too much algae. Yes, even better than the face is just fill a bucket up with cold water and stick your feet in it, Lisa. That will do the trick. That's what I do. Or just go lay in a cold bath until it feels warm. That tends to work quite well as well. No pictures. I'm not asking for pictures of ladies in baths. Not right now, anyway. It's too hot for any of that shenanigans. Hello, Pam. Lovely Pam. Such a sweet lady. Oh, no, we don't do air conditioning in the UK, Jess. It's because normally, historically, we only get a couple of weeks of hot weather, 2-3 weeks, maybe a month. So we don't have aircon. But the last few years, it's been getting hotter and hotter and hotter. So yeah, we normally just open the doors and windows. Yes, pervy season when all the girls have the goods out on show and then moan at you for looking at what they've got on show. Yeah. I'm going to wear a top that I'm damn near falling out of and then complain when you look at what's falling out. It really doesn't make sense to me. Bloody flying beetle. Yeah, so I mean, some people do have AC, but it's generally not a thing. And we have We have central heating, just not central cooling. So, so yeah, I'm sleeping downstairs. The loft hatch is open and the back door stays open all night, just to get the heat to go up. It's perfect for you. Yeah, well, you're not fat and hairy, Cheryl. You're slender, delicate, and waif-like. Hey, there he is. Here's the big tank Hank. How you doing, Garrick? Hope it's all good for you. Hope things are going well. It's been repotting a clematis. I do have a clematis. It grows up through a bramble, around a shrub, and generally does its own thing. It was on the back fence. For whatever reason, I dug it up and moved it to where it is now. But that clematis, I've been living here 24 years, and that clematis has been here that long. So yeah, they're long-lived plants in Texas, but yeah, emergency services to bring people AC. Yeah, I mean, sort of last year, a year before, we've had temperatures up over 100 here. And when you get sort of 100 degrees and 80-90% humidity, it's not fun, especially when you then have to go to work as well. And as you can imagine, it'd be even worse wearing a mask for 9 hours. So you are just breathing low pressure steam all day. Yeah, it's not pleasant. And I am literally surprised that this entire part of my face, which would be covered by the mask, is just not one big zit. Go away. Or am I going to have to catch you and throw you into a tank? I caught it. You might want to eat a flying bug thing. I know what we can do. We can give Spazzy a snack, or in a car. It depends who grabs it first. And then we'll give him some food as well. And that'll get him out and about. Are you ready? Nom 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 nom. You've got a bit down that side where the Yacaras don't see it, and the Spaz can get to it before it gets eaten. Careful, lid's going down. Don't go scaring. There we go. I have to be careful because otherwise Donkey will zoom off and swim into something solid again. Late flowering. How do you few years ago? Oh, you're treating it. So the thing with clematis is they're not a fan of being moved, really. 3 years ago when the heat wave hit, yeah, because I mean we were having wildfires in the UK. Yeah, believe it or not. Thanks for black and green fly. Yep. So the other thing with clematis is it likes its roots in the shade, but its leaves in the sun. Yeah, I know some of the random guff in my head. Yeah, it's just. Oh, hello, Shadow. Yeah, it's just unnecessarily hot. Doesn't need to be. I mean, there is the upside that anyone who's paid to go abroad, to like Spain or south of France or Portugal, wherever, it's probably warmer and drier here at the moment. The lovely Swordies are doing great. They will be moving into here tomorrow, probably. They've had their week in quarantine. Babies, probably another 2 or 3 weeks, perhaps. If I see any, I see them. If I feel like it, I might save some. Otherwise, they will be Akara snacks and Spaz snacks. Not the adults, obviously. They're big enough to not be eaten now. Yeah, I mean, I say that one 3 years ago. We didn't get rain from, yeah, it was about the same length of time. It was just like ludicrously hot for about 4 months, and then you know how smart I am, right? Yeah, yeah. Me and Mary decided, I know what we'll do. We'll go for a walk out in the country. You know, it'll be cooler. We can go have a paddle in the river because there's a place not far from here called Netshall Heath. It's a little river. You can go paddle in it. All the fishes are in there. It's all very nice. Yeah, it was about 33 degrees that day. So basically, it was fine while we were under the trees in the shade and then in the river. But as soon as you got out, it was like an oven. Then we went and had lunch at the distillery. And I sat there and I'm looking at the sky and I went, it's looking a rather big black cloud over there. And then by about 6 o'clock in the evening, the heavens opened and the sky exploded. And I went and sat outside just to cool down. It was me and a certain floofy boy. I was actually sat in this chair. He was sat under it because with that much floof, you don't want to get wet. Yeah, so the oranges and the whites will go well against the blues of the happy carers, and the oranges and blacks of the clowny loaches, who will no doubt start clicking anytime soon. They're getting loud. Did kind of shock Mary today when I showed her a video of how big clown loaches do get. people think of clown loaches as these pretty little fish. You know, a big one being the size of the ones mine are. No, they're babies. You don't think clown loach is tank buster. Yeah, it's not something you think of. Well, is my tank big enough for a clown loach? Yeah, given time and food and space, they get big. The bigger they get, because most people kill them fairly rapidly by having them in very small tanks. So the bigger ones are worth a good few pounds when you sell them on. As are full-grown Bashirs, but we're not selling you, are we, Spazzy? No, because you're hunting for food right now. And woe betide them happy carers if they get in your way when you find food. Yes. With his demon eyes. Yes. The glowing red eyes. I've got used to it now, but it was a bit scary the first few times I spotted them. Yeah, so what has been going on in the fish room this week? Nothing. Nothing's bred, nothing's died, nothing's panicked. I'll say nothing's bred. Yeah, we got more cherry shrimp. There's a few more pregos still in there. And I did move 8 of the adult black cherry shrimp into the tank with the pygmy cories and celestial pearl danios. Just see if we can get a colony of black ones going. Yeah, we'll see what happens. So yeah, still next plans are get some more blue dreams and still hunting for a longfin super red male bristlenose. And then we can really step up the production of bristlenoses. So we can have 2 pairs. One pair producing around about 60 super reds every month, and another pair producing around about 200 standard common bristlenoses every month. Oh boy. Well, that's about a third of what I'm going to need to earn going forwards anyway, so yeah, we're making a start. Yeah, so everyone else is doing fine. The magical colour changing glow light Danio has now decided it's going to get some glow light colours on its tail. So the tail has gone glow light Danio colour and the rest of it's still white. I don't know. It makes up his mind 1 week to the next what colour it's going to be. Strange fish, that one. The water changes are easy, especially if I've managed to figure out how to sell the water as well. I know I can. It's just how to advertise like used fish tank water for watering plants. Full of fish poop. Don't worry, I don't use the stuff out of the Pleco tub. That would probably kill plants. Oh, geez, the slimy gunk in that stuff. Oh, I had to do a second filter clean in there this week. Not because the sponges were clagged solid, but because the actual mechanical parts of the filters were clagged solid. That thick, brown, slimy gunk that just accumulates over time. When you've got 100 odd bristle noses in there, it accumulates fairly rapidly. So the thing is, if I can afford to not go to work with fish sales and a few other bits and pieces that I can do, then doing water changes isn't a problem. And the only reason water changes become a problem is when you've got to work as well. So yeah, there comes a tipping point where you've either got to give one or the other up. And hopefully it'll be work. But as I say, I'm kind of thinking at the moment, selling fish, get my fish, pet shop license so I can sell to more than one shop. Sell the water, change water. Hello, warrior. I can soldier through a backache. Usually. Yeah, maybe do some dog walking because it's always good to have a furry friend or two. Yeah, that kind of thing. I might be able to just about make ends meet. Might need a little part-time job, but we shall see what happens going forwards. When I get my head right, get my sleeping patterns right again, and then we'll think about getting another job. With a bit of luck in the pet and garden shop that just opened up about 250 yards away. Basically, it'd be the same distance as going to work where I have been going to work, just without having to cross the road. So fingers crossed on that one. That would be good. Although they don't have livestock, they don't keep tanks, so might take a bit of talking into that one. Yeah, but if you had tanks, I can supply all the fish. That's when I start breeding guppies again. Release for fish tank, and then 29 to form, but better white shrimp, another one for you guppies. What can I put in the other two? So you got 29 divided by 4 is 4 7 gallons. Better shrimp. Yeah, that's an interesting one. Maybe scarlet baddis. A couple of those. Or pea puffers. That'd be good. Yeah, or endlers. Just breed endlers. That's another one I could do. Quite easy to set up a tank to breed guppies and endlers. You just need water and food. Hell, you don't even need a tank, you just need a bucket. Yeah, Achilles. Yeah, some Aphiosemians would be good, or some Galaris. Yeah. Although Achilles do jump, so you might find Achilles jumping from their section into the shrimp section and eating all the shrimp. Or the guppies. or just beating up better. The trick is you got to find 4 different things that like the same water parameters. Because I mean, the veteran shrimp are going to want it softer, endlers will want it harder, killies want it cooler than the better will, so will the shrimp. Yeah, it's a tricky one. Hey, Big J, how you doing? Yeah, it's what probably the main reason why African cichlids are so popular around here, is our tap water is liquid rock. I think it's actually harder than Lake Tanganyika. The joke is, in Canada in winter, the water comes out in lumps. Over here, it's the summertime. The water comes out of the tap in chunks. You get a good crunch on it. I mean, you don't need to add calcium to your diet. Just drink a glass of water every day. Because rain being mildly acidic and having a chalk bedrock, calcium carbonate, yeah. Nope, sparrows having a fight outside. So yes, but hey, I'm just looking forward to some time off. Think about things. How about Cornwall? I've not been paying much attention to what's been going on down there. I heard about Sausage Gate. Yeah, I've not heard any others. I mean, if someone's accidentally maybe shot Boris Johnson and the other world leaders, then I ain't gonna care. To be honest, it's just a name. Whoever is in charge, I don't mean anything. The one I did hear about was similar to me. Somebody doesn't pay much attention to the news. There's a guy who has a holiday home in Cornwall, drove down from Scotland only to find that the roads to all the ways that you can get to his holiday home were blocked off for the meeting. Yeah. Hopefully he got through okay. Otherwise, that would be a hot and angry drive back to Scotland. No, thank you. Hey, if it's hot and sunny, I'd rather be in Scotland. It'd be cooler and wetter. At least you can go high up and get the lower temperature from the altitude. Go camping in the Cairngorms or something like that. It's the G7's going on, I think. G7 at the moment. I can never keep track of how many. Was a G8 and G12 and yeah, some big meeting of leaders, and there was a complaint about sausages. No, not if there's a big thing going on like that. Then if it's a holiday home, you don't. No, it's down to whether they decide to let you. If you live there permanently, then yeah, obviously. But hey, morning, Kenny. How you doing, my friend? Hope you didn't need to break out the 38 on the DMV the other day. Way too many midges in Scotland. Yeah, true, but I think I'd rather be cool and eaten by midges than I'll be hot and not eaten by midges. Yeah, but you got to make sure you stay out of the Ure Valley because you don't want to catch mid-Ure. You'll be singing Vienna for the rest of your life. Oh God, sorry, I apologise for that joke for anyone that actually got it. Yes. Howdy, Mike. How you diddling? Yeah. Not really a huge amount going on other than me finishing work, grumbling about the weather, and fish doing fishy things. Dogs barking, birds singing, head aching, eyes itching, nose about as much use as a chocolate fire guard. I can't even hold my glasses up properly now because I'm sweating too much. And they're bent. There we go. See, now they're level, but it feels like they're on a honk. So yes. Yeah, trying to think of something to talk about. I suppose really what I should do before I start doing a 2-hour live stream is think of subjects to talk about. That might be an idea. I think that's called planning and actually being a good YouTuber rather than just going, oh, it's time, turning on the computer and just talking rubbish for 2 hours. So I seem to be quite good at doing. Anything interesting? So it's been fairly quiet on the ghosties front around here this week. But again, I don't blame it. It's probably the heat. Yeah, the only decent thing to come out of the hot weather is the storms afterwards. Exactly. I do love a storm. Even though I've been hit by lightning twice. Yeah, be careful feeding live food. Yes. What happened there, Marek? Was it like off or carrying some kind of disease or something? Not as live as you thought it was. I know. So the only kind of live food I ever feed is baby brine shrimp, which I hatch myself, or spiders and flies and bugs that I happen to catch, and I just chuck them in there because there's a certain big boy with a big creamy white belly that likes to eat anything that I throw in there. Not as live as you wanted. It was like you got the last bit from the old shipment rather than the first bit from the new shipment kind of thing. So it's kind of dead and rotten, and yeah, that's one thing that does put me off buying live food. A, the price, and B, the risk. Yeah, I mean, it's one of those things where some fish keepers, me included, kind of, I'll do some baby brine shrimp, or I'll buy some brine shrimp and feed them as a treat. And you think, fish don't really care. They're not like us going, oh, jockey. Yeah. Oh, wow, big bar of dairy milk caramel. Oh. Like fish don't think like that. It's just food. So then, it's either edible or it isn't. And even if it isn't, they tend to eat it sometimes. We've all seen one fish do a poop, another one try and eat it, spit it back out again. Another one come along, spit it back out, and then the one that actually pooped it out, come along, spit it back out again. You're not the brightest of creatures, are you? I'm very, very sorry to hear about your losses there, Marek. It's always sad when we lose a fishy, but when you lose several for a reason like that, then yeah, it's not good. Behaviours and colours are much better when you feed live. Yeah, they can be. I mean, my fish seem to behave naturally. They don't, but then they don't get the same food every day. It'll be something different. So one day it'll be flake, next day pellets and granules, or a different kind of pellet, or a different kind of flake, or freeze-dried bloodworms, or Daphnia, or something like that. So they do get different foods. So they ended up with a balanced diet, because some foods have certain things but not others, and other foods are higher in other things. So in the end, it all balances out. No, that noise is the clown loaches feeding. A kind of dull, fuddy sound, clicky. It's definitely a better noise than the yo-yo loaches feeding were. That just sounded like glass breaking. If you can hear the sort of clicky noises coming from behind me, that's what it is. That's clown loaches. Yeah. Very sad you lost your father, Wellers. So it's one of those things you have to be careful what you do feed your fish. And again, one of the reasons I don't do live is, as you say, like that. I can't smell it if it's dead or gone off. I wouldn't know until I put it in the tank and get the same result, that there would have been something wrong with it. One tank left to water change, but procrastinating. I know that feeling very well, Mike. Now, I've done it before. I've got like 13 of the 14 tanks done on the Monday and end up doing the final one on the Friday just before you go to work, kind of thing. Yeah. Yeah, I know that feeling very well. But hopefully, now I'm off work, I can. Oh no! Well, let's say you're learning, Lisa. You got to learn what works for you. So yeah, bigger tank, they might not have been finding the food. So yeah, leave them in their little tub. As long as they're happy in there, it's all good. Let them grow a bit bigger. Or there's the kind of upside of you're not going to be overrun with them. Because you've not got somewhere to sell fish, or even if you just want to trade them into store credit for food or another tank or something, then yeah, you can get stuck. This is why at one point last year I had about 500 bristle noses. Yeah, and about 150 cribs. Thankfully, I'm down to about 40 cribs now, about 250 bristle noses. And about 30 shell dwellers that I can sell as well if I can find someone that will want them. And judging by the side of them swordtails, probably 100 or so of them I'll have fairly shortly as well. But as I'll be giving birth in there, I've got a funny feeling the Acaras, the loaches and spaz will probably eat all of them. I mean, it's probably fairly close as to whether spaz will actually try and eat the swordtails or not. Yeah, and I say the adults are always spawning, but I say we learn, and it's not necessarily learning from mistakes, because for some people that might work, for other people it might not. The amount of people that will tell me that I can't keep 100 odd bristle noses in a 10-gallon tank. And hell, people tell me I can't keep one in a 15. Well, yeah, I'm breeding them in there. And heck, when I manage to get hold of a male longfin super red, I'll be breeding them in a 10 as well. That'll be a very orange tank. Super red bristle noses, lyre-tail killifish, and ember tetras. That's going to be very orange in there. Yeah, I'll say no. We all make mistakes or errors, or things just don't work like we think they should. As long as you keep up with what you got. Exactly, Marek. So gets water change once or twice a week, gets the filters cleaned out once or twice a week. I mean, I take it as a sign that it's about ready to sell some more on when I start needing to clean the filter out twice a week, every week. Or filters. There's 2 filters in there that are designed for 50. Do I that before? Yeah, there's 2 filters that are in there designed for 20-gallon tanks, and it's in a 10-gallon. Guten Morgen, Priscilla. Lurking while figuring out life. I'm having a great weekend, and don't hurt your head trying to figure out life, Priscilla. Just let it happen. So, I mean, we all know the answers to the life, the universe, and everything is 42. So if you don't understand the question, you won't understand the answer. Yeah. What I've figured out is as long as you're happy, screw the rest of it. That's the important thing. You get one go, try and be happy. Do things you enjoy with people you enjoy. And the usual fist bump to the X-Man. And the sun has just come around to that point where it's shining right through the back door. Darkness at the end. Yeah. Cool darkness. Well, unless you get cremated, then it's basically like going to hell. It's all fire and brimstone. Responsibilities, yes. Adulting sucks, doesn't it, Priscilla? Yeah. Howdy, Scott. Yeah, so if I could win the lottery, it don't have to be a big win, doesn't have to be like millions and millions. I mean, 500,000, do me for life. I'll be happy. Not because of the money, because the money doesn't buy happiness, but not having to worry about anything money-wise again. You got to pick up the X-Man in a bit. Fair enough. Getting mummy stuff done around the house without the X-Man around. Good choice. Jobs, how you doing, tugboat captain? You canal dweller, you. Always good to hear people are doing well. Kind of gives you a reason to go on some days. Because you're like, well, things can get better. They're definitely better. Because my name has been removed from the rotor and I've been booted out the WhatsApp chat group for work. Yay! That seriously had to be the most depressing chat group I've ever been a part of. It was never anything positive. It was either, here's the rotor, or why is this wrong? Why is that wrong? Why hasn't this been done? Who didn't do this? This is not acceptable. Everyone should know not to do this by now. It's one of those where you see that there's a message, you just don't want to click it. It's just going to ruin your day. I'm going to pull that curtain across a bit more before the sun blinds me completely. There we go. Yes, that's how close the back door is. All right, so that's coming through the it's coming through the kitchen and reflecting off the door of the. Hang on, shut the kitchen door. 2 like that. There we go. That was coming through and reflecting off the front of the microwave. Damn brushed aluminium microwave reflecting light at me. I don't do light. It's one of those where if I had a night vision camera, that's probably how I do my streams. Um, Sharpe after dark. Yeah, that wouldn't get many views. Mind you, I just have to take my t-shirt off and that'd be enough light for any camera. Oh, I know that feeling, Marek. I was kind of wondering about it this morning. Thought, do I want to go have a look, see if I can find something? And I thought, it's going to be blazingly hot. Do I really want to be wandering around in either a crowded garden centre or a crowded fish shop early afternoon in this? And I decided, bugger it. It can wait till later in the week. When perhaps Thursday, when it starts peeing down with rain and thunderstorming, I might get on the bus and go to Norwich. As I say, either see if I can find any more Blue Dream shrimp or a male super red bristlenose, or perhaps something else shiny. Yes. Might be an idea to leave it till it's cooler, Marek. That's all I'm saying. Either go early or go early if you're going to go early morning. Get back before it gets hot. And never know. Actually, if I go up to Norwich, yeah, if I go like Thursday, I can give them a call on Wednesday and see if they want any cribs or shell dwellers or bristle noses. Because if they do, then I can probably clear another tank of cribbies at least. So then I'll have a cribby tank empty. The swordtails tank will be empty, which is just the QT tank at the moment. Oh, and Mike's Chimelian shopping. And you can't go to the fish store. Yeah, I know. The temptation is there to buy all the shiny things, but I do keep that engaged and think, okay, if I buy this shiny thing, where am I going to put it? If I take Mr. Crib out of the flex and move him on to pastures new, then I've got, I say I've got space in there for something else. Probably everyone else would say, no, you haven't. You've got 2 bristle noses in there, that's overstocked. Well, there's about 60 in there at the moment. And 7 Chopre Danios and 1 Panda Cory. So, might be able to find something else to go in there. I don't know whether it would be something breedy or just something pretty. Although I am having fun at the moment fishing out Malaysian trumpet snails from that tank and throwing them in this one. Because the clown loaches have eaten all the trumpet snails out of there. So I'm just moving them, get rid of the trumpet snails. Not that I want to get rid of the trumpet snails, but I don't want thousands of them, which is what I've got at the moment. And also, if I leave going to Norwich or going to a fish store until Thursday, it means I'll have all my water changes and everything done. So I'll have space to put new shiny things. Yeah, we shall see. I might just go for the ride out, go and cool down in the rain, see if they've got any jobs going. It's one of those things where I wouldn't mind traveling an hour each way to work if it was something I enjoyed doing. It's all a balance, exactly. It's one of these reasons what's it called? Is it ACK advisor, which tells you how many of whatever you can have in a tank. Those things need to be deleted, got rid of. They're just so wrong. Oh, I know you're only a text away. Same here, Marit, if you want to text. See you later, Chubs. Enjoy your nap. Sweet dreams. Not the kind of dreams I've been having lately, hopefully. Because if I wake up thinking I've had a nightmare, yeah, I don't think anyone else wants that dream. Kind of dream even Charlie Manson will wake up and go, what the hell? How many Oscars in a 10? I'd go with a pair, but be prepared to have a larger tank to move them into when they grow too big. Because 2 little Oscars like that is perfectly fine in a 10-gallon. 2 Oscars like that, not so much. Oh, pardon me. That was a bit wet. Yes. And obviously, when you got fish that are going to grow large, you have to put them in a tank that's big enough for them, in theory. Says the guy with clown loaches in a 50-gallon. But no, the max stocking density or all these kind of things. There are so many variables that someone putting together a little website that you can just click the size of the tank and it'll tell you what you can put in there. Nah. And the size of the filter makes no bloody difference either whatsoever. It's just how often you've got to clean the poop out of it. But the rule is 1 inch per gallon. But this is what they say. Yes, sod off. You're wrong. A more accurate rule would be length by height by width. Yeah. No, because if it's 1 inch per gallon, then you can put a 10-inch Oscar in a 10-gallon tank. Or you can put 10 neons in the 10-gallon tank. Which one's going to work? You know? Because it's got the same length of fish. Well, that 10-inch Oscar is going to produce a whole lot more muck than probably about 100, more like 1,000 neons. Yeah, people, exactly. And I was having an argument with someone the other day. No, it was talking about rocks and putting them in a tank. And I was like, oh, you can't put it in a tank if it... No, because if it fizzes when you put acid on it, that means it will make your water harder. Right? Okay, only if your pH is below 7. If your pH is above 7, then the calcium carbonate won't dissolve and it won't make your water harder. Hey, you all right, Anthony? Setting up the pool for the X-Man. Good boy. I'm sure all 3 of you will end up in there at some point. Mike's going to have to get another 90 soon. Yes. Sometimes fish grow a bit quicker than you're expecting, don't they? Ooh. Yeah, I've got to agree with you though, Anthony. Priscilla is gorgeous. All the ladies are gorgeous and lovely. It's even you, Pam, if you're still watching. Women are awesome. Oscars in one and everything else in another. Yeah. Because if the Oscars are getting big enough that they're going to need a 90 gallon, they're probably going to eat everything else. That might solve the problem. Oh, you're welcome, Mary. You know, I think you're gorgeous. Oh, and Priscilla's blowing kisses back. Oh, bless. Whoever would have thought my stream would have turned into a love fest? Oh, geez. Don't tell anyone. I've got an image to keep up. I'm not sure what image that is. I'm sure people that don't know me have one completely different image of me than others that do know me. Maybe not so much now. I've got rid of the hair and the beard and the piercings. 150 gallon indoor pond, 15 Oscars. Oh, that sounds perfect. Although if I had 150 gallon indoor pond, it would probably have about 1,500 bristle noses in it. So, you know, heck, if I could sell 1,000 bristle noses a month, I wouldn't have to work. Oh, pardon me. Guppies for it. Yes. Guppies, or live food, as I call them. That really upsets some people as well. Then, if you've noticed, I kind of enjoy upsetting people on Facebook. Whether it be stocking levels, filters, or whatever. You know. I saw one the other day where, how do I stop my filter sponges getting dirty? Oh, Jesus Christ. So that's the whole point of the filter sponges, they get dirty. Oh. So some people, I mean, I can't necessarily blame them if they don't know better, but they read something that someone more experienced has said and take it as a solid cast in stone rule that you have to follow. A bit like the person complaining that their plants were dying because and then water parameters, they had no nitrates or nitrites or anything in the water. So then they did what they were kind of told. Add fertilizer. So they added fertilizer. Then they moaned that their nitrates went up, so they had to do more water changes to get the nitrates out of the tank, and then the plants died again. It's just no helping some people. Yes. It's just like, really? I have to gravel back my tank 3 times a week to keep the poop out. Why do my plants keep dying? Well, I've got rid of the snails, but now I've got a bad algae problem. What do I do? Put snails back in it. Yeah. All these things, the answers are so easy. But people want a chemical fix. They want something they can just pour into the tank and the problem will go away. It might do for a few days. If you don't fix what the actual problem is, then you're going to carry on having the problem. Same with people who models. There are all sorts of rules with models that everyone blindly follows, and even if they've been proved to be wrong, they still follow them. You have to wash everything in hot soapy water to get the release agent off. No manufacturers used release agent on plastic models since the 1970s. You must gloss before decals. No, you don't. Unless you need to do it to take the happy of fish. Exactly. You just do your water changes, feed it, let the tank balance itself out, and hey presto, happy tank with healthy fish. Really? Is it that hard? Someone the other day I saw on one of the groups was worried because they found a dragonfly larva in an African cichlid tank. My first thought was, damn, that's one bloody clever dragonfly larva. And people go, take it out, kill it, get rid of it, we'll eat your fish. No, it's food. It is the food that the cichlids will eat when they spot it. Yeah, exactly. Or the people that buy cherry shrimp and put them in their tank with angelfish or African cichlids, or that not shrimp safe fish, and then wonder why all the shrimp disappear. Yeah, what you've just done is bought really expensive live food. Most you're likely to get is a red coloured poop. That's probably the only sign of where your shrimp have gone. Yes. I mean, I know I'm sounding like a grumpy old fish keeper that's been doing it for centuries when I've only been doing it less than 3 years, but I'm not the only person who sits there and thinks about these things, am I? No, right. Well, okay. So if you do that, that happens. Why does that happen? Why would someone think that would happen when there's no scientific? Try and work out the science behind it. No. Yeah, easier is better. Exactly. Yeah. Create the way I see it. I'm probably gonna have to do some videos about these kind of things, but I'll either hate it or no views. We're not creating a fish tank. We're creating a freshwater ecosystem that just happens to support fish life or shrimp life or whatever. A lot of people kind of miss that point. And the longer the tank's been running, providing you do your maintenance and water changes, filter cleans, all that stuff, the longer it's running, the healthier it is, the stronger it is. Things balance themselves out and then everyone's happy. I think a lot of it is people just don't want to put either the time or the effort into looking after a fish tank. I've got all this algae, what can I do? Well, get your hand wet and pull it out. That's the first thing to do if you want to get rid of it. If you don't want the poop to show up, don't use a white substrate. Use a dark brown or a black one. Poop don't show up then. Yeah. It's not a problem then, is it? Yeah, you tell them, Bertie. You waggle your toe and you poop on command. So that's what you do best, isn't it? Eh? It is going to be interesting the first time I get her to breed with Spotty, just see how many eggs she does drop. Because I mean, she's bigger than she was when she last dropped eggs, and last time was about 150. So, yeah, it'll be shocked when they shouldn't have gone 3 months. Like, yeah. I mean, I've had that happen to me. This current tank that's got the Shelleys in was originally a shrimp tank. I stripped it down, I pulled all the shrimp out, put them into the shrimp tank where they got eaten by planaria. I was like, oh, well. Now I set this thing up. It had 3 butterfly cichlids, Ginger the bristlenose, and the 7 glow light danios in it. 10 fish in there that will quite happily eat shrimp. And I thought I'd taken all the shrimp out. I must have missed one or two somewhere, because before I knew it, there was a colony of 100 odd in there. Where the hell did they come from? And then there must have been ones that got in nets or in buckets or God knows what, because for a while I was finding cherry shrimp in all the bloody tanks. Where the hell did that come from? At least I haven't got any more magically appearing cribs. That's always a good thing. Yeah. Are you guys going to behave yourselves and not reproduce? Yeah, you're wondering why you've not got coconut huts in there? Yeah? Yeah, that's why. Yeah. Give you a coconut hut, you'll bloody reproduce again. We don't want that. You see, and it's one of those things that goes in phases. People don't want cribs at the moment for whatever silly reason. They're aggressive. No, they're not. Why is my male guppy chasing my female around so much? He's horny? He's not being aggressive. He's trying to get his end away. My cribs have got really aggressive all of a sudden. Why? Yeah, they've got babies. And they're not being aggressive. They're protecting their young. There's a difference. And speaking of young, it's not going to be too long before Spotty and Ginger go in the cave again. Spotty's got his bristles out all on show and proud, and his face is getting all bulbous. And he's been chasing Ginger around, and she's been hiding. Can't say I blame her. Hello, Laurie. Monster Fish Gal. How the devil are you? Speaking of lovely ladies. So I think pretty much everyone else is at Aquashella at the moment, aren't they? Trying to think who of us in there. Jess is there. Sean's there. Sean Pektek. Who else? James and Ed are there. John and Lisa are there. A whole bunch of other people. I'll just watch the videos back. And give it a year, and whatever it was that was new might be available over here. If there's anything I fancy. All got room for. Because God knows, by a year's time, this might just be a bristlenose breeding facility. Yes, when you start buying algae wafers by the potato sack full. Our furloughs there as well. Yeah. So, as I say, my memory for faces and names is shocking. That was one of the good things with the last couple of jobs I had, is I got to wear a name badge, which meant I could look down and see what my name was when I forgot it. And I'm not joking. But then when you're wearing a name badge and customers still call you by the wrong bloody name. Yeah. There's one who's decided, one of the customers decided my name was Mark, despite the fact that I'm wearing a badge that says John. He's never got it. If you're a fish went to. And it's only just down the road from him. I mean, American miles wise. Same state is basically next door in America. If I think of something that's more than an hour away, it's like, nah, I ain't bothering. Yeah. Oh, so where are we? Oh, we're past the hour mark. Wow. It's amazing how quick time goes when you're ranting. Little swordies. Yeah, should we see if we can have a bit of a look at some fishies a bit closer? Ugh, about that time. Well, I'll try and think of something else to say. Hold the camera in all sorts of weird directions. So here we have the 3 sword tails getting glared out by the sun. He's a gorgeous boy, definitely. And 2 rather pregnant girlies. Oh god, get this right. Shelley's still in there. Can't see anything in the other one, but there's 15 cribs in there. Yes, 6-gallon tank, 15 crebensis. Oh, same with the first one there. One with Cookie Monster is currently home to, what's in there? Yeah, baby bristle noses, about 60 of them. Same in that one. They're staying out of the sun, I can't blame them. We'll turn the camera that way so you're not looking up my nose. Tank of glass that does need cleaning. Again, more Shelly Dwellies. Happy and multiplying. Point the camera that way so you don't see the chaos on the floor. And there's the shrimpy shrimps. There's about 300 to 400 maybe cherry shrimp in there. That's 5 gallons. And we have Missy Happy Cara down there, who is basically nesting at the moment. Bertie with a big back belly. That Happy Cara is Donkey, the one that keeps swimming into things. Is there anyone else out? And another Happy Cara. Come on, give us a smile. Smile, Happy Cara. You're on candid camera. No. Hey, hello. Yes. Yes, hello. Oh dear, you damaged your finny, have you? What are you like, hey? That'll soon heal up. You're giving us a smile, aren't you, Donkey? Donkey always looks happy. But I think that's probably because Donkey's brain damaged. The amount of times he or she has swum into solid objects at high velocity must have given itself brain damage by now. And the other tanks are all the other side of the house. It's not far away, but you can't see anything from here. Not to a little camera anyway. Yes, quick fish room tour. And there's not really much point showing you the tub underneath because it's in darkness. You wouldn't see much anyway. And there is 100 odd bristle noses in there. That tub down that way. That tub down there. Yeah, 10-gallon tub. 100 bristle noses. I think there's about a dozen cribs in there as well. Half of them, I don't know how they got in there, but you know, these things happen. Especially where cribs seem to be concerned, they just reproduce randomly. I swear I've got a wormhole to some crib dimension somewhere around here. Just wish I had a wormhole to a Happy Cara dimension. So those things would finally breed and have young. Because I've seen eggs a few times, but they keep getting eaten. Hopefully they'll get it right and we can have a batch or two of Happy Caras. As I won't mind growing them out, let's be honest. They will do quite well. Will sell well for a good price. Certainly more on the bristle nose anyway. Then this is the trick with breeding fish. It's breeding fish that people want to buy. And depending on your local area, that could be a completely different species of fish. I say around here, there's no problem, especially getting hybrid African cichlids. Because, you know, people have their African cichlid tank or Allamboonas or whatever, and then they breed and things happen and you don't get hundreds of babies. Oh, Jack Dempsey's, convicts, yeah. It's something that people buy, but there's no point trying to breed them because they breed that readily. There are thousands of them that are unwanted, and you can't even get fish shops to take them off you. So if I were to breed something like convicts or Jack Dempsey's, it would just be live food. Same with most live bearers, although again, if I get hold of some, is it Limias? Whichever the rarer live bearers are, if I get hold of some of them, I could breed them and sell them. But do I trust myself to keep something rare or endangered? Probably not a good idea. And then every so often I think, well, what if I got a pair of, say, blue phantom plex? I wonder if I could breed those, because then I could, but you know, again, they're expensive fish, so not too many people want to buy them. And if you suddenly flood the market with hundreds of them, the price drops. And then you probably get snarky emails and phone calls from the actual importers saying, would you mind not dropping the prices of all the fish for us? You're hitting our profits right where it hurts. Right in the spondoolies. So yeah, I'm trying not to upset people, but sometimes it has to be done. Some people just need upsetting. And sometimes I just have to cheer myself up by doing it. Which is why I have a troll account. Well, I don't use it very often. I normally troll people using my main account, especially on Facebook. Yes, hello, I see you. You don't have to show off and flare at me like you want to mate with me, because that's not happening. I just realised I'm in top chat, not live chat. Oh dear. Let's see just how many comments I've been missing. If the boot will actually do what I want it to do. There we go, live chat. Apologies if I've missed anyone's comments, but I wouldn't have thought it'll dump many out on me because there ain't that much going on in the chat at the moment. I think everyone's gone to sleep. or they're suffering from heat stroke, one or the other. The numbers are definitely lower this weekend. Again, probably because of football and Aquashella and bad weather. Has anyone who is in the chat at the moment got anything they want to talk about or any questions they'd like to ask? There you go. Thank you, Lisa. Slowly drop in. Oh, dying in the kitchen. Cucumber on your eyeballs. Bless you. Yeah, I mean, I've been double or triple dosing on the antihistamines lately. Thankfully, I buy the cheap ones from Lidl, which are exactly the same as the Piriton and Benadryl. Is that the two? Yeah, exactly the same things, exactly the same active components, but you know, they're like 70p a packet rather than £6 a packet. So you can afford to double and triple dose on them. Ooh, that was close. The ash nearly rolled down my arm and into my can of Monster. Yeah, cheap one. So they do exactly the same thing. I don't know if I said last week, but if you look at the back of a medication packet, there's usually an L code, fairly small print, L3172 or something like that. And if you look at the name brand and then you look at the own brand version, they've usually got exactly the same code, which means they're exactly the same thing. One's normally half the price of the other. And now I'm off of the medication, I can take the tablets I want to take. Yay! I can take ibuprofen again. I can take antihistamines again. I can take Nitol. Not that they seem to do anything. Took one last night, an hour and a half later, I was still awake. Yeah, when you're taking the over-the-counter sleeping tablets that most people take, and I had a wonderful night's sleep, and they don't do anything. Yeah, I've had a small can of Red Bull and a cigarette, and then went to bed and fell asleep. So, you know, probably the caffeine level was too low. Go man, getting nasal spray. Yeah, I mean, some people swear by those nasal sprays, Lisa. They're not particularly useful for me because you know I can hardly breathe through that at the best of times. And when the hay fever kicks in, I can't breathe through it at all. So yeah, they don't really do much for me. Thankfully, I mostly just get the blocked up nose and the stingy eyes, which I'm starting to feel now because the antihistamine's wearing off. Once the stream's over, I shall nick another one. Having thought, hoping it trickles down the back of your throat. Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's not good. But like I say, at the moment, it wouldn't trickle down the back of my throat. It'd go up and it just run straight out again. Wouldn't do any good whatsoever. It's almost as bad as when you blow your nose when you got a cold, a bad cold, and you feel the snot come up the back of your nose and then out through up the back of your throat and out through your mouth. Oh. It feels good afterwards, but it's not a pleasant sensation when it happens. Yeah. And not that I would suggest people smoke, but if you do smoke and you smoke roll-ups, get some menthol filters. There's a couple of those in the morning, do clear your nose out quite nicely. In fact, I'm going to go grab some menthol filters and have a menthol ciggy in a moment myself. Any guppies? Good. Yeah, guppies and neons. I mean, you might. It all depends on the neons. They might get a bit thin nippy with guppies, but shouldn't be too much of an issue because guppies can swim fairly rapidly when they want to. Oh, pardon me. Yeah, I've done guppies and neons, and it was fine. And they were full-grown neons. Well, you might be better off going with cardinal tetras. They pretty much look like neons, but they don't have the same disease that's currently going through neon tetras. Cardinals are red and blue, but the red goes all the way along, whereas neons, it only goes like halfway. That's the only real difference. I'll say, just bear in mind, all those kind of tetras are actually related to piranhas. You know, it's one of those things people forget. It's my first bet of Norman, he got bullied by neon tetras. They were eating chunks out of his fins. Then I took the neon tetras out, and then the platties started bullying him. So it was like, okay, I've got to take Norman out. So I put Norman in with my shrimp. Well, there's only like 4 or 5 shrimp in there. So if he does decide he's going to eat them, but then Norman decided he liked shrimp because shrimp didn't try to eat his fins. Look on the old confuser, gargle. Yes, bit of research never hurt. It didn't. As I always say, research from multiple places, and then come to your own conclusions. Take all your available evidence and mush it together, and then figure it out for yourself. It is always the best way. If you just take all your information from one source, then you can find yourself having problems. Because what works for one person doesn't necessarily work for another. Yeah. People telling me, oh, if you're having anxiety and insomnia, you should stop drinking caffeine. If I didn't drink caffeine, I'd have anxiety, insomnia, and I'd be in a really bad mood. I mean, in my case, if I gave up smoking, it'd be more harmful for other people. Better off breathing my secondhand smoke than being cooped up with me when I haven't got a smoke. Violence is far more likely to happen. I don't do well with people at the best of times, but when if I didn't have caffeine and nicotine in my system, I'd probably turn into a serial killer. Or maybe not a serial killer, more a mass murderer. I'll probably just snap one day and go on an axe rampage. Yeah, I'll say it calms you down, and the difference between me being calm and serene and me being murderous axe killer is about 15 seconds. So good to have ciggies on hand at all times. Oh, there's plenty of people on my list, Marek. But if I did snap, it would just be random. Yeah, there's plenty of people on the list of would rather they were dead than alive. Yes, there is a Yes, we won't be going into that in public. Not if I want a good reference, anyway. Another reason to not be a git when you're leaving a job, leave on good terms, because then when you want to get a reference off them, well, off to charge battery and water mint. Have a good week. Stay safe. Take care. And water your mint with the water change water out of your fishy tanks, and it will love you for it. It definitely will. All that lovely poopy goodness in there, bacteriologically active, dechlorinated, full of nitrates. Best fertilizer ever, and free. I'm very proud of myself for not becoming a mass murderer. Applause for Mike. Yeah, it was level of stupidity. Yeah, some people are. I mean, some of the things I've seen over the last year and a half or so, you kind of have to look at it and you go, how stupid are you? How can you be that stupid and still function in society? How can you be that dumb? Really? And like have a job and like, live. Why aren't you in assisted living? Why? Tell me. Again, because people get all their information from one source that they decide to believe because they decide they're not going to believe another source. And this random person on YouTube or Facebook, yes, I'm one of those random people. Believe what? If you believe what I have to say, yeah, whatever. If you don't, yeah, whatever. I'm not preaching to the perverted. Although I can preach about perversion if you really want, but that's probably not suitable for YouTube. Yeah, you just look at some of the posts you see on Facebook, or I mean, it's like I just can't comprehend how stupid people can be. Oh God. I mean, I know I have dumb accidents and dumb injuries. Okay, I've got another one at the moment. Last day at work, last shift, managed to mull my thumb. Yeah, these things happen. Um, but in my defence, that's normally me just not paying attention, or me paying attention, knowing it's going to hurt, but knowing how much it's going to hurt, and now I can deal with that. That's not a problem. Yeah, that kind of thing. But yeah, you just mine just I just can't comprehend how some people can be that stupid. I swear some of my fish are more intelligent. And yeah, I've had many concussions over the years. I've lost a good deal of brain faculty from concussions. Really? Seriously? You think they're putting microchips? I mean, this is one that makes me laugh. People go, "Oh, they can track you by this the new driving license, I think, coming out in the States, the Real ID or something." People were complaining that, "Oh, they'll be able to track you through it." I'm not getting it. Oh, they'll be able to track you. Like, you know that thing you have in your pocket that you like talk to people on and send messages via? Yeah, that's what they're tracking you with. They're only going to bother tracking you if they need to. So if you don't do anything illegal and you don't go missing, they're not going to bother tracking you. I didn't see it, Marriott, no, but I did hear about it. Christian Eriksen, former Spurs player, Yeah, had a heart attack in the middle of a game of football. My thinking, I mean, okay, get out of the way. Very sad thing. Hope he makes a full recovery. Sure he will. Best wishes, all that kind of thing. Is he? Are some of these or heart failure? Yeah, whatever it was. I've not looked or heard that much. Is it possible? Because he's been playing at the top level for years and years and years. He played for Spurs for donkey's years, and they get the best level of health checks, medical checks, everything regularly. Is it possible to be too fit? Thick talk. Yeah, thick talk with the thoughts. Tick thoughts, yes. Yes, you can become famous and rich if you just jiggle your breasts on TikTok. Perhaps I should give that a go. What do you reckon? Think I'll make money bouncing these puppies up and down? Yeah. People say it's due to the COVID vaccine. Oh, Jesus. Oh, well, there's no way that they already would know that kind of answer from tests. And if they did, it wouldn't be public knowledge. Just going to get some filters. I mean, at least the medical things have come on a long way. Because I remember seeing, is he a Cameroonian player? Mark Vivian Foe. He dropped dead in the middle of a game of football. Reading the paper, why you idiots? Exactly. This is why we have to have so much health and safety law these days. So these idiots don't win themselves Darwin Awards. Yeah. This is why I don't read the papers. I don't watch the news. Try to avoid anything political or news related on Facebook or wherever. I just end up wanting to beat people to death. There was an American, was he a senator or something? Was it this week, the other week? Can't remember. Who wanted like the forestries people to do something about the angle of the moon. So really, you're in public office. You should be removed from public office and sent back to bloody primary school. Now, we do need to find a way of just completely wiping people's brains and then restarting again. No, I'm not, Merritt. No. He thought that the Forestries Commission could do something about the moon. I think I've got a feeling that someone doesn't quite understand how interplanetary physics works. Gravity and all that. We're probably talking about someone who thinks things fall to the floor when you let go of them because they're heavy. Yeah, it is. I thought our politicians were bad, right? And we got blooming Bojo and Keir and God knows whatever, whoever. He's just, and we think ours are bad enough. And then you look at what's happening in the States and you go, by comparison, we've got geniuses in charge. The thing I find funny is that people think the Democrats are a leftist group or a leftist party. No, you Democrats are right wing. Right? It's not a this is what I think or how I feel. It's your Democrats are right wing. They're actually slightly to the right of our Conservative Party, which is our right wing party, which pretty much makes the Democrats not far short of a fascist party. God knows what would happen if you had the Labour Party over there. They'd be drummed out for being socialists. It seems there's a struggle to understand the difference between socialism and socialist. I know it's only one letter at the end of the word, but it makes a lot of difference. Socialism is caring for society. Socialist is fascist, basically. Not well, fascist is if you take socialism to its extreme. Only the same with communism. So it's a big loop. You go left and you go right, and eventually you end up at communist and fascist at the same place at the other side of the loop. Which is what I've said before, that I'm a communo-fascist. Yeah, go far enough on what you mean. It's just, yeah, it's the reason the infinity symbol is the shape it is. Because you end up back at the starting point. Yes. Deep thoughts. It's just be in the middle, be cool. Respect other people. The better off can stand to lose a bit. The poor need a bit more. Bring everyone closer together. I'm not saying identical, because that's communism and that doesn't work because it's basic human greed. Narrow the gap and everyone will get on better and it'll be a much better world. It's really not that hard to understand. Yeah, human race is the only one trying to make itself go extinct. Yeah. The reason people don't see more Bigfoot and stuff like that, it doesn't want to be seen. It's just taken one. The aliens, are they here to invade? No, they're taking a look to go, what the are they doing? Jeez, what is? Hang on, they're trying to kill themselves over something as stupid as rotted plant matter. What? I mean, I look forward to the day when we all switch to electric cars, because I'm not because environmentally conscious or anything. Exactly, we're a species, we're not races. We're all the same. Skin color is only because of ancestry of where your ancestors lived. That's all it is. If you live somewhere hot and sunny, you're going to have darker skin. If you live somewhere cold and gloomy, you're going to have lighter skin because you don't need the pigment in it. It's evolution, peoples. That's why people from Eastern Russia and people from native peoples of Western America look look kind of similar, because they are. You worry you won't hear electric cars coming up. It's 3 times now I've nearly been run over by a Tesla. But yeah, that's a simple solution. Just have a speaker that makes engine noises. You can make it make whatever engine noise you want. You could have your Nissan Leaf and make the sound of a Lamborghini V12 if you really wanted to. And that is a really, you know what they'll do? They'll fit them with bloody beepers. Meep, meep. Warning, this car is electric. Meep, meep. Warning, this car is electric. Rather than just making it go, wah, bah, bah. Far better noise to hear. Yeah, exactly. Because, I'm old, accident prone. I generally use my ears more than my eyes for crossing the road. So if I don't see anything, don't hear anything, and I don't hear any cars, I'll just walk across. Hence why I've nearly been run over by Teslas 3 times. Because you don't hear anything. You step out and then all of a sudden there's a car there that you didn't hear. Either that or getting to have like the spokey dokies that we used to have on our bikes as kids. Things that used to go with spokes on the bike and make clicky clacky sounds when the wheel went round. Or the even cheaper version of just the playing card and the closed peg in the spokes. That kind of thing, just so they make noise. So you can hear them coming. And for the really posh ones, just make them sound like, I don't know, Robin Reliant or a Lada. Or maybe just have them play Baby Shark permanently. That'd be funny. Driving a car that just constantly plays Baby Shark. There's nothing you can do about it. That would be hilarious. Oh, I would laugh so much. I mean, admittedly, most of the time when I go out, I've got headphones on, listening to some music, and I listen to it at a volume that is appropriate, so I can't hear everything else going on around me. And then I do look before I cross the road. I live in a small, relatively quiet town. I mean, my road, I never look. I just go wandering across it or walk straight down the middle of it. The only traffic we get on my road, because it's a dead end, is just people that live down here. And they all know that people walk down the middle of the road. I mean, surely it can't be too hard to fit a speaker that makes car noises to an electric car. It's not going to add more than, well, probably more than about 20 quid to the price of manufacture. When you're talking about the amount you're talking for a car, yeah, don't worry about that. Ooh, and they've all got touch screens, so you could go, right, today I want it to sound like a milk float. Today we'll go a Lamborghini, a Ferrari, old Jaguar E-Type, old Bugatti, Spitfire, Messerschmitt. No, whatever, just as long as it makes a noise so you can hear it coming. Let's face it, it's not going to draw that much battery power. And if it's like anything else, they're probably lying about the battery life anyway. Much like they lie about the miles per gallon. Because they test them up. They set the engines up and they set the gearbox and the ratios so that the car is maximum efficiency at 62 miles per hour. And what do you think the speed is they test these things at? Oh yeah, 62 mile an hour. Funny that, isn't it? Which is why VW got in a lot of trouble for their emissions tests being incorrect. Because they set everything up so that you pass the emissions at a certain speed and whatever, which is what they use for the emissions tests. Yeah, but anything outside of that is kicking out thick black smoke. You know, you can't blame the manufacturers. They're doing what they've been asked to do, literally to the letter, and no more. Yeah, it's. I know I have a fairly dark way of looking at the world, but it all makes sense to me anyway. But saying that, you wouldn't want me in charge of a country. I would upset an awful lot of people. For a start, I'd bring back the death penalty. No, you're not the only one, Marek. I'm not a fan of eating when it's hot. Um, so what I tend to do is make sure I've got things in the fridge that I can eat straight out of the fridge. Because then you eat something that cools you down as well. Because I can't do ice cream because that just makes my teeth ache. So basically, I had to let the ice cream warm up enough so it don't hurt my teeth, which means it's not ice cream anymore; it's just cream. But yeah, so thankfully, I have got my appetite back in time for the heat wave, because otherwise, I would not be eating at all. I'm drinking a lot more. By which I don't mean alcohol and I don't mean water. I don't mean energy drinks either. I'm actually reducing the amount of energy drinks I drink. Unfortunately, the amount of Coke that's gone into my system of late. Oh, big salad eater. Yeah, it's the one time I can actually eat a salad is when it is silly hot. It does fill a bit of a hole. It's cool. Lots of water in it. And yes. When you think about it, eating a salad. Speaking of eating salads, Gil, my brother, how the devil are you, my friend? Long time no see. Mr. Gilbert Mondragon of Red Dragon Model Works fame, the airbrush god. Well, not, but yeah, he's. How's the diet going, Gil? How are those salads? Because yeah, I mean, I basically equate salad, leaves and them kind of things, cucumbers and what have you. To me, you're eating crunchy water. that's the way I see it anyway. No sense of smell, very little sense of taste, so it's just green stuff that's like crunchy water. Dang, well done, Gil. Congrats, bro. I reckon that deserves a couple of burgers. Yeah, £15. So in UK, that's £1 £1. And the scary thing is, when I was in the depths of my recent bout of depression, that's what I lost in a week. I'll put it all back on since because I'm a fat bastard. See you later, Mike. Have a good week and stay safe, buddy. £15. Yeah, you should be proud of yourself, Gil. I mean, I know from experience it takes some doing to switch your diet like that. And keep up the good work, buddy. You're doing great. Team Sharpe is rooting for you, and I'm eating all the processed stuff so you don't have to. He says, looking down looking down at the pork pie wrappers on the floor that I munched just before the stream. And remembering the pack of Santa Gur blue cream cheese that I had for lunch yesterday, which you're definitely not allowed to eat, Gil. That is just basically just a chunk of calorie and fat with a bit of penicillin. So it's healthy. You are you, Spazzy boy? Here we go. We haven't done it today. Let's have a look at the Spazzy boy. Oh, now it's making din-dins. Blooming heck, my camera's got hot. Must be warm. Spazzy boy. He's the real star around here. It's not me. People only tune in to see him. Are you giving us a smile or are you just planking? Oh yeah, should we see if we can get any closer without dislocating your shoulder? We're shaking about too much. I promise he's not dead. There you go. Again, gorgeous. Hey, big boy. There he goes. I are sleeping. Leave me alone. Yeah, he'll probably wake me up tomorrow morning by smashing into the lid of the tank after food. But yes, there's my big boy. My biggest fishy. Good way of getting rid of excess small fishies. Have a big fishy. And him right there, Gil, he is proof of evolution. Because his species has been around for millions of years. Yeah. He's been around longer than the Bible has. Did I say that? Yes. You can trace your ancestors all the way back to the dinosaurs, can't you, Spaz? Yes. Yeah, he is a... Nah, Spaz wouldn't write that. He's too smart. He wouldn't put all the hype, all the mess ups in there. Updating the Pleco bin. Yes, we still got hundreds and hundreds of them, Warrior. Let's go. So we've got there's about 60 in there. The Cookie Monster. There's another 60 in there. And then down in here, which you probably won't be able to see, there's about 100 more. If I moved that bit of wood, they would go crazy and there'd be brittle noses everywhere. There's another 30 odd still in the breeder box. And I've got a funny feeling, by the way, Spotty's been acting the last couple of days. There will be another batch fairly soon as well. So yeah, so if you didn't know, Gil, I have lots of fish. I haven't been in the model cave for months, but I do have lots of fish. Hey, it's probably healthier for me as well. Yes, hello, Shelly Dwellies. You don't want my cigarette? Lemon plecos, like Bertie right there. Well, we call them sunshine over here, but she's a lemon. Yeah, hey, he's just an eating pooping machine though. And try to keep to one tank at the moment. You got 4. Well, I've got 10 more, so you know. But hey, if I'm trying to look at making fish breeding a large chunk of my income, I'm going to need to keep many of them. I'm hoping, also, I hope we're going to get some electric blue acaras at some point. Some Aphiostemi and Australia killifish. There's going to be more shell dwellers because they just keep breeding. Shrimp keep breeding. Bristlenoses keep breeding. They can be expensive. You don't want to know what my electric bill has been lately. Although in this weather, the heaters aren't coming on, so that's saving me money. Although, to be fair, I think I'm probably on the wrong tariff, so we'll get that switched soon as well. And then, no, the plans go ahead, then I'll be selling my water change water as plant fertilizer. People can water their house plants with it. Won't make much money out of it, but hey, every little helps, right? Oh, there's some chasing going on between the happy caras. Are you doing chasey? Yeah. That's normally a sign someone's getting a bit ready to breed as well. And with thunderstorms due this week, we never know what's going to happen. Because a good storm does normally trigger breeding in wild animals, especially fishies. I mean, it triggers pain in me, but I can deal with a painful ankle and shoulder if it means I'm not sweating my bits off every day. Mind you, at least I don't have to go to work in it anymore. So that's a result. And with that, my 2 hours are up. So if anyone's got any burning questions they want to ask me, get them in the chat now. Or I'll say forever hold your peace, or hold your peace till next week. Same time, same place. And no, I can't. I've got to leave, Pam. My belly's empty. And my bladder isn't. And I've got to feed my fisheries all their tea before I can have mine. Yeah, have a great week, Kay. So hopefully I'll get my finger out of my backside and start uploading videos again. Scotty boy, happy birthday, my friend. Hope you had a good one with lots of fun and giggles from the page. The lucky seahorse. And you turned up just as I'm about to bugger off. It's nothing personal, matey. Yep. Yep, you too, Gil. And you, Marrett. Stay safe. Yep, so everyone, hope everyone has a good week. Stay safe. No one comes back with any con crud from Shella, sorry. I giggled when I said, well, bless her, she giggles. Paige giggles are good. They put a smile on everyone's face. Anyway, so with all the usual guff, I don't need to do the like, comment, subscribe stuff because you're all subscribers stuff. So, you know, not going to make any difference, is it? Peace out. Rock on. Bye bye. And Sunday Sharpe, do 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 do. Sunday Sharpe, do 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 do. Sunday Sharpe, do 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 do. Sunday Sharpe. Ah.